Hello, my name is Ashish Udgave. I am working as assistant professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering, Sharad Institute of Technology, College of Engineering, Yadrao, Ichalganji. I am welcome to all in the lecture of Equilibrium, module number 2nd. Today, in video number 14, we are going to solve the problems on beam by analytical method. First problem, determine the support reactions at contact points B and F for the loaded beam as shown in figure. Here, at point B there is hinge support and at point F there is a roller support. The plane of roller support is inclined at an angle 30 degree with respect to horizontal. There is a UDL of 20 kN per meter for the span between A to C, and there is also an inclined load of 111.8 kN which has having slope of 2 by 1 at point D. There is also a uniformly varying load having intensity 0 at point F and having intensity 40 kN per meter at point E. Now consider free body diagram of the beam. First of all, we will convert UDL of 20 kN per meter into an equivalent point load. This UDL is acting over a span of 4 meter, therefore equivalent point load should be 20 multiplied by 4 is equal to 80 kN, which is acting at the center of UDL, that is at 2 meter from point A. Also, we have an inclined point load of 111.8 kN, which is having slope of 2 by 1, which is acting at point D. Now we have a uniformly varying load which is having 0 intensity at point F and 40 kN per meter at point E. We have to convert that uniformly varying load into equivalent point load. The equivalent point load of that triangular loading is nothing but area of triangle. In this problem, area of triangle is 3 meter and height of triangle is 40 kN. Therefore, equivalent point load should be 1 by 2 into 3 into 40 is equal to 60 kN and acting at the centroid of the triangle. That is nothing but from distance 1 meter from point E and from distance at distance 2 meter from point F. Now in this problem, at point F there is a roller support, but the plane of roller is 30 degree inclined with respect to horizontal. Therefore, normal reaction should be acting perpendicular to the supporting surface, that is nothing but at an angle of 60 degree with respect to horizontal. Therefore, normal reaction at point F RF should be at 60 degree with respect to horizontal. Now, as there is inclined load and inclined normal reaction at point F, therefore reaction at point B should also be inclined reaction. We have to resolve that RB into two mutually perpendicular components, that is nothing but horizontal component should be RBH and vertical component is nothing but RBV. Now we will resolve inclined forces, that is 111.81 kN into two mutually perpendicular components, that is nothing but horizontal component is nothing but 111.81 cos of 63.43 and vertical component is nothing but 111.81 sin of 63.43. Also, RF is also an inclined force making an angle 60 degree with horizontal. Therefore, we have to resolve it with respect to in two mutually perpendicular components, that is nothing but horizontal component is RF cos of 60 and vertical component is RF sin of 60. Now, first of all, we will find angle made by 111.81 kilonewton force with respect to horizontal. Here we have given a slope of inclined force is nothing but 2 by 1. Therefore, angle made by that force is equal to 63.43 degree with respect to horizontal. Now, as angle made by inclined supporting surface with inclined supporting surface, that is nothing but roller on inclined surface, is nothing but 30 degree. Therefore, angle made by RF, that is normal reaction at point F, should be 60 degree. Now, as this system is non-concurrent force system, and there are three analytical conditions for non-concurrent force system, namely number one is the summation Fx should be 0, number second is nothing but summation Fy should be 0, and number third is nothing but all the movement, summation of all the movement of all the forces about any point must be equal to 0. First of all, we will resolve all the forces into horizontal direction and applying equations of equilibrium, that is nothing but applying summation Fx is equal to 0. Here RBH is acting towards horizontally right direction, therefore it should have positive sign, and we have to resolve that 111.81 kilonewton force into two mutually perpendicular components. Therefore, 111.81 cos of 63.43 and RF cos of 60 both are acting towards horizontally left direction, therefore it should have negative sign. Therefore, we get RBH minus 0.5 RF is equal to 0. Is equal to 50. We will call this as the equation number 1. Now, resolving all the forces in vertical direction and applying condition of equilibrium, that is nothing but applying summation Fy is equal to 0. We get here RBV and RF sine of 60 both are acting in vertically upward direction, therefore both should have positive sign, and 80 Newton force 111.81 sine of 63.43 and 60 Newton force all are acting in vertically downward direction, therefore all should have negative sign. Therefore we get RBV plus 0.866 RF is equal to 240. We will call this as the equation number 2. Now, applying or taking movement of all the forces about point B and applying condition of equilibrium, we get summation of MB must be equal to 0. Here RBH 111.81 cos of 63.43 and RBV cos of 60, all the forces are passing through point B, therefore movement of all the forces about that point must be equal to 0. Now 80 kilonewton force will rotate in anticlockwise direction about point B, and the perpendicular distance of that 80 kilonewton force from point B is 1 meter. Therefore, movement is equal to minus 80 multiplied by 1. Now, 111.81 sine of 63.43 will rotate in clockwise direction about point B, and perpendicular distance of that force about point B is 2 meter. Therefore, movement is equal to plus 111.81 sine of 63.43 multiplied by 2. There is also clockwise movement of 50 kilonewton meter, therefore we will directly take it as a 50. Again, 60 kilonewton force will rotate in clockwise direction about point B, and movement of that force about point B is 4 meter. Therefore, total movement is equal to 60 multiplied by 4. Also, RF sine of 60 will rotate in anticlockwise direction about point B, and perpendicular distance of that force about point B is 6 meter. Therefore, movement is equal to minus RF into sine of 60 into 6. All these forces we will equate it to 0. Therefore, we get RF is equal to 78.90 kilonewton. Now putting these values in equation 1, putting the value of equation 2 in 1, we get RBV is equal to 171.66 kilonewton, and we get also RBH is equal to 89.45 kilonewton. Therefore RB is nothing but under root summation of RBV square plus summation of RBH square. Therefore we get RB is equal to 193.57 kilonewton. Therefore answer of this problem, RF is equal to 78.90 kilonewton and RB is equal to 193.57 kilonewton. Now next problem, determine the reactions at point A, B and D of compound beam shown in figure. Neglect the self weight of the members. In this figure or in this diagram, there are two beams, that is beam AB and beam CD. Therefore it is a combination of two beams, therefore that this beam is called as a compound beam. Here in beam AB, at point A there is a roller support and at point B there is a hinge support. Also the beam CD is overlapped or is rest on beam AB at point C. The beam in beam CD at point C there is a roller support and at point D there is a hinge support. First of all, we will draw free body diagram of both the beams by separating both the beams. Now at point C there is, first of all we will consider beam CD. At point C there is a roller support, therefore, and the plane of roller support is horizontal, therefore reaction at point C should be in vertically upward direction, which is shown by RC. Now at point C there is a load of 3 kilonewton per meter which varies up to point F and varies up to 12 kilonewton per meter for the span of 5 meter. Now all the forces are in upward or downward direction, or all the forces are in vertical, therefore reaction at point D should also be vertical. Now as beam CD will rest on beam AB at point C, therefore we have to show RC in downward direction also. Now at point A there is a roller support and plane of roller support is horizontal, therefore reaction at point A RA should be in vertically upward direction, and RA and RC both are in vertical direction, therefore RB should also be in vertically upward direction. Now again consider beam CD and refer the diagram of loading. In this loading there are two types of loading. One is the uniformly distributed load which is having 3 kilonewton per meter intensity, and second one is the uniformly varying load which is having intensity at point C is 0 and intensity after 5 meter is 9 kilonewton per meter. Now first of all we have to convert that UDL, that is uniformly distributed load, into equivalent point load. This UDL is spreaded over 5 meter span, therefore equivalent point load is equal to 3 multiplied by 5 is equal to 15 kilonewton, which is acting at center of UDL, that is nothing but 2.5 meter from point C. Now also there is a uniformly varying load which is having 0 intensity at point C and 9 kilonewton per meter intensity after 5 meter distance. Therefore that loading, that is nothing but uniformly varying load, is acted at the centroid of this triangular shape or centroid of this triangle, therefore which is that loading is acted at 3.33 meter distance from point C, and equivalent point load is nothing but 1/2 base into height of that triangle, which is equal to 1/2 5 into 9 is equal to 22.5 kilonewton. Now, as explained in previous slide, free body diagram for the beam CD and AB are shown in figure. The load may be divided into a UDL of 3 kN per meter and a triangular load of intensity 0 at C and 9 kN per meter at 2 meter from point D. Now, we will consider first of all beam CD. As beam CD is a non-concurrent force system, therefore there are three analytical conditions. Number 1 is the summation Fx should be 0. Number 2, summation Fy should be 0. And number 3, movement of all the forces about any point must be equal to 0. Now, first of all, we will take movement about point C and applying condition of equilibrium. That is nothing but applying summation of movement about C is equal to 0. Here, RC, the force RC will pass through point C, therefore movement of that force about point C is 0. Now RD will rotate in anticlockwise direction about point C, and the perpendicular distance of that RD from point C is 7 meter. Therefore movement is equal to minus 7 RD. Again, 15 kN force will rotate in clockwise direction about point C, and perpendicular distance of that 15 kN force from point C is 2.5 meter. Therefore movement is equal to plus 15 into 2.5. Again, 22.5 force will also rotate in clockwise direction about point C, and perpendicular distance of that force about point C is 3.33 meter. Therefore total movement is equal to plus 22.5 multiplied by 3.33, and equating all these forces with 0, we get RD is equal to 16.07 kN. Now we will resolve all the forces in vertical direction and applying condition of equilibrium, that is applying summation of Fy is equal to 0. Here RC and RD both are acting in vertically upward direction, therefore both should have positive sign. And 15 kN force and 22.5 kN force both are acting in downward direction, therefore both should have negative sign. Now by putting value of RD is equal to 16.07 kN in this equation, we get RC is equal to 21.43 kN. Now next we will consider beam AP. Again, taking movement of all the forces about point A and applying condition of equilibrium, that is summation of MA is equal to 0. Here RC will rotate in clockwise direction about point A, and perpendicular distance of that RC from point A is 2 meter, and RB will rotate in anticlockwise direction about point A, and perpendicular distance of that RB is 5 meter. Therefore total movement is equal to minus 5 RB. Here RA will pass through point A, therefore movement of that RA about point A should be 0. Now by putting value of RC is equal to 21.43 in this equation, we get RB is equal to 8.57 kN. Now again, resolving all the forces in vertical direction and applying condition of equilibrium, that is applying summation Fy is equal to 0, we get here RA and RB both are acting in a vertically upward direction, therefore both should have positive sign, and RC will act in downward direction, therefore RC should have negative sign. By putting value of RB is equal to 8.57 and value of RC is equal to 21.43 kN, we get RA is equal to 12.86 kN. Therefore answer of this problem, RA is equal to 12.86 kN, RB is equal to 8.57 kN, RC is equal to 21.43 kilonewton and RD is equal to 16.07 kilonewton. Please note that this video is prepared for academic use only to solve the problems on beam by analytical method for UG students only. Thank you. Thanks a lot. For any query, please feel free to contact me on mail or on mobile, which is appearing on the screen. Thank you.